right, thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. Let me take them off so you can actually see my face. So, we are going over the Tao Te Ching, and this is the book that I use, and we are on verse 12, which this week is choices. And I don't know if this is happening to you guys, but I know for me, myself, I find that whatever verse we're about to come up on, it's a topic that has been coming up a lot in my life during the week before. And so choices has been one that has come up. One of the incidents where it happened was I was reading or listening to something. I think I was listening to something on Instagram. I believe it was on Instagram where they said to decide means to kill off any and all other options. So when you decide to do something, you're basically eliminating any other choice, any other option, any other possibility. So instead of deciding, you can choose. So that was one of the first things that came up last week for me when it comes to choices. So, and like I said, that was just the first one. I had others as well. So choices has been one that has been recurring this week. And I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing, but before I actually come to these verses, the message is already starting to come. And it may just be so that I can share it with you and give examples to you on how it relates or how I connect to whatever the reading is, whatever the verse is. Because I don't read these in advance. So when I'm sitting here with you guys, this is the first time I'm looking at it. So let's jump in. Again, this is the Tao Te Ching. We are on verse 12, which is choices. So let's see what it says. Colors can make us blind. Music can make us deaf. Flavors can destroy our taste. Possessions can close our options. Racing can drive us mad, and its reward obstruct our peace. Thus, the wise feel the inner gut rather than the eyes, always sacrificing the superficial for the essential. Okay, there's a lot packed in this. Okay, so let me break down what I get out of it. And like I said, Monday, somebody did bring to my attention that they weren't able to leave comments. So hopefully that's no longer an issue. So if you've been trying to leave comments and haven't been able to, you should be able to now. So make sure you leave your version of what you took out of this below, because I would love to hear what you think about this. So let's start with the first one. Colors can make us blind. Well, I do know that people do not see red. Red is not one of the first colors that people see. So I have a degree in psychology, and one of the classes that I was going over, it talked about that. Like, what are the colors that people see? And so I don't know if you guys remember any of this, anybody who's around my age or older, but at one point they started painting the fire trucks yellow. The reason for that is that your eyes pick up yellow first. Red is one of the last colors that it picks up, but it picks up yellow first. And that's why I believe that they tried to change some of the fire trucks to yellow. Even some of the ambulances and other service vehicles, they would turn up. They tried painting them yellow because, again, psychologically, that's one of the first colors that you pick up. I do know with me driving red vehicles, people are like, I had a red Venture, which is this big old van. Okay, people used to almost hit me, pull out on me all the time. Right now, I have a big truck. It's a bright red Silverado. Okay, and people still do it. Like, how do you not see this big giant truck coming to you? And I think part of the reason is because of the color. It's red. So when I see something like this where it says colors can make us blind, I believe that is true. Because you see what you want to see. You don't always see what's actually there. You see what you want to see. And that tends to make us blind to the other things that are going on and going around. There was something else that came up for me this week where people were talking about how I think she said it was a cleaners, like the cleaners that she went to closed, and she was looking for another cleaners. And all this time there was one right across the street from where she was, from the apartment building she was living in, but she never noticed it because she had no need for it. So the way the mind works sometimes is if you don't have a need for something, or if it's not relevant to you, you don't see it. Now, how a big red Silverado truck coming at you is not relevant to you for you not to see it, I don't know, because I don't know what's going on in your life or what's going on in your head. But that's my interpretation as far as why colors can make us blind and music can make us deaf, and those flavors can destroy our taste buds. I think that's really what they're getting at, is that we get so wrapped up in what we do every day that the things that should bring attention to us, that should be personified, are dulled. So music can make you deaf. I don't know why or when it happened, but the people who love to blast that music so loud that they can't hear anything, that's making you deaf, boo boo. That's why you didn't hear them sirens going off. That's why you didn't see that other car coming on. Like, I remember, not to put her on blast like this, but I remember my niece saying when she first started driving, she said, "Turn the radio off, I can't see." So, it does play upon our senses when you're using one more than you're using the other. You got this one that's overactive, it dulls the rest of them. So, if you got the music blasting, it's going to dull the senses because your mind is trying to process and is stuck on the fact that this music is so loud. Flavors can destroy taste. Yes. So, I come from a culture where we season everything. We season the heck out of everything. So in some cases, I do feel that it's not necessary because then you use the actual flavor of what it is. So for example, lobster or crab legs or something like that, it gets seasoned so much when it doesn't even really it's not even necessary. The basic flavor of it is really good, so just leave it like that. Why do we have to put all these seasonings on it? Now don't get me wrong, Cajun on it is delicious, but is it really necessary? No. You start losing the taste and losing the flavor when you got all of that on there. So I can see how flavors can destroy our taste. Something basic like a potato. I went to this one place where they were selling potatoes. This was years ago. There it was a baked potato place where they would put all this stuff on there. And I remember I went to one that was downtown Detroit and it was really good. And so there was one close to my house, so I went to try them and I'm like, uh-uh. And the reason is they piled so many seasonings in it, it took away from the flavor. Like, it didn't even taste like a potato. It's like, what am I eating? I'm just eating seasonings and salt. That's it. Like, you took everything, the potato. I can't even taste the potato anymore. So that's what I feel with that one. Possessions can close our options. I believe that as well. So when you're so tied on, like, this lip gloss, this is the only lip gloss I can use. I can't use anything else. This is it. This is my favorite. This is my baby. I love it. Then guess what? You don't know about any of the other ones. You don't find out about any of the other ones that actually may be better. It might be one that doesn't have toxins in it, that still does a really good job with pigmentation. So you're so possessive over that one thing. You're so drawn to that one thing, and that one thing is all like people in their iPhones. Okay, you got your phone, not that that's an iPhone, that's an Android, but they got their iPhones and they're just iPhone, and they spend all their money on the iPhone. But guess what, boo boo, you don't even do anything. All you do is call and text. That's it. You don't even use FaceTime. You don't even use the internet. So why do you need that? You're so possessive over there having to have it, but you don't even utilize it. So that's what I feel like with the possessions can close our options. Racing can drive us mad, and its rewards obstruct our peace. So I don't think they did much racing in cars back when these were coming out, because these are pretty old. 6th century BC. That's when the Tao Te Ching was discovered and written. So racing can drive us mad, and its reward is obstructs our peace. I know this was written, like I said, back in the 6th century BC, but it's still true to this day. So when you in a car and you trying to hurry up and go, or as my best friend likes to say, you gonna hurry up to stop, you are stressing yourself out, and you can't even enjoy the peace of the drive. You can't even enjoy the stresslessness of it. because you're so go, 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 and you're racing and you're trying to hurry up and fight time to get you trying to go, and here comes the road rage, right? And so you can't even enjoy the ride. You can't even enjoy the drive. You can't enjoy the scenery around. You can't enjoy anything because any reward that you would have got out of it, that could have been your time. You know, I talk a lot on Mondays about meditating and how you can use that time to go over things in your head while you're driving and de-stress before you get to work. So you're not even using that because you're so, I gotta get there. You know, you're trying to race to go where you're trying to go. So that's what I think that means. You just remove the reward of it because you're so concentrating on racing. Um, it says, thus the wise feel the inner gut rather than their eyes. So they work on their internal self rather than externally what they see. Always sacrificing the superficial for the essentials. So they don't need enough. And I think it was Stuart Wilde who said that once your possessions, they start to possess you. So you get so caught up in the things that you have, you lose sight on who you are. And that's something I know no matter what happens in my life, no matter what I end up doing, I know that's something that I never want to experience. I never want to lose sight on who I am because of the possessions that I have, or because of money, or because of anything else that comes into my life. You know, I want to maintain who I am. And that's me keeping sight on the essentials. The essentials is, what do I need to survive? So to get tied up in a lot of material possessions is counter effective to that. It's not going to work. It's not going to help you. So just sticking with the essentials, like it says, you know, you feel your internal gut. The gut is our connection to, you know, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Spirit, Source, whatever you call it. That the gut is our connection to that. There's a documentary I watched on Netflix that talked about, you know, the gut being a second brain, but when you watch the documentary, it actually talks about it being your first brain. So, you know, that's what I feel that part means, is this: you deal with your connection to the other side. You deal with yourself on a spiritual level. You grow in that type of manner and make that essential. And then everything else will become superficial, because that's what wise people do. So that was my version of it. That's what I got out of it. Those are my examples. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you got something out of it, then somebody else will as well. And like always, leave a comment below, because you should be able to now. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.